Hi, hello there and welcome to News Tonight here on UBC TV. But first, tonight, President Museveni highlights 7 continuations of his previous administration as he campaigns in Ruchiga. General Mugisha Muntu pledges to prioritize landslide risk areas in Bugisu sub-region. Uganda Police Force unveils updated emergency contact numbers for the public. And in sports, the She Cranes holds the final training session ahead of the Celtic camp. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcasting House here on Nile Avenue. On sign language, it is Elizabeth Nakakoni and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Now, the NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has unpacked his manifesto to the people of Ruchiga district. Museveni highlighted the 7 continuations of his previous administration, like peace, development, wealth creation programs and job creation through industries as a reason as to why Ruchiga should vote him again. We have more in this story.
The NRM presidential candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni started campaigns in Ruchiga district before proceeding to Kabale district of Kigezi sub-region. The community supporters and senior party leaders were at Rwamuchuchu playground. President Museveni highlighted 7 contributions of NRM government to the people of Uganda, for which Ruchiga district has been transformed.
Ate muganda ejo mushanju umuganda gwo kubanza n'obusinge abantu bagamba nyuma tube turi Kisoro abakisoro nibamanya enso kutagira businge abokuba bari na Kongo ensi yatabuka tene kiri kukorwa kongati Uganda eno businge habwaye naremu umurimo gwe yakozere kandi n'umuntu mugihagira.
Other contributions are development of roads, schools and health facilities, for which the president pledged to establish a district hospital.
Mbwenti kabanza tuyakora si ngute yakora si yakabare kabero konga yakuziri twagigarukamo hatugigarukiramo imirundi 2 ugiye Kampala kugisya kabare kugisya ahansharo Katuna iyo nenkiremwe.
Museveni has also established close to 1,000 factories to create jobs and encourage the people to start commercial agriculture for more jobs.
Konge chikuru abokushikera ebitoki abantu banje Bushenyi nibatema tani zebitoki 53.
Senior district leaders commended President Museveni's contributions to Ruchiga district and appealed for tarmacking of roads connecting to Rwanda for business.
Because the plan for tarmacking this road have been along the way. They have been in the pipeline for a very, very long time, and we think at this point, in the next 5 years, if we have a tarmac road, that will be very fine. It is also very important to note that this district borders Rwanda from the Kamwezi end. Therefore, tarmacking that road to the Kamwezi border will help improve the bilateral trade between Uganda and Rwanda.
We have Weather Center City, we have all the vocational training. We have gained a lot, including PDF money.
The structures, especially primary schools, are very dilapidated, and I think it is countrywide. It's a countrywide problem. So we hope he will address some of these issues.
Former Prime Minister Ruhakana Rugunda said President Museveni has improved Uganda's health indicators in life expectancy and reduction in infant mortality.
Yayeyongera tukakwata gavumenti abanya-Uganda life expectancy eri emyaka 43 ahunda gambira life expectancy y'abantu ba Uganda n'emyaka 68 ekyo nekyo kuteera mu ngaro ekyo kibasikire abwaka president akaleetaho programs eza immunization.
The president will campaign in Kanungu and Rukungiri districts on Wednesday, November 26th. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Uchigo.
Thanks, Philip, for that story there. Now, President Museveni has used the Kabale rally to reaffirm his call for steady leadership and wealth creation as the pillars of national progress. Addressing supporters at Kigezi High School Primary Lower Grounds, the NRM candidate outlined priorities he says will secure stability, jobs and long-term prosperity for the region and the country. Henry Okrut, we have more in the story.
President Kaguta Museveni has entered the second day on his Western Uganda campaign trail. This Tuesday evening, Kabale district in Kigezi sub-region has convened at Kigezi High School Lower Grounds to welcome the NRM gospel. At this rally, candidate Museveni was accompanied by the first daughter, Natasha Karugire Museveni.
Your Excellency, Abanyakabare nibakwachira mnonga.
In Kigezi, President Museveni is flanked by senior party leaders led by Anita Ntamo, the second national vice chairperson NRM, and Secretary General Richard Odom.
You are not campaigning, because for someone to campaign, that means the people don't know that person. But we know you, we have tested the policies you have implemented.
And for us, we are saying you would rather be in a bus which delivers you to the next destination, than being in an umbrella which is covering evil. Because the evil that we are talking about, in that evil, there is homosexuality.
The Kabale rally was graced by, among others, the former Prime Minister Dr. Rwakana Rukunda, Vice Chairperson for Western Uganda Jonada Simwe, National Chairpersons for Women and Youth Audrey Kobusinje and Tan Collins, respectively, whereas Ministers David Bahati, Henry Musasizi, and Dr. Chris Pariomos were also present.
Mgeni banywani banje mulebe nguti yabawenka yatunga obururu obwatakatungaga omubwingi omuli Kabale omuli Kigezi omuli Uganda.
Remember, our country 70% are the younger people, and the manifesto of this term, His Excellency has prioritized on production. He wants everybody to be involved in production.
The revision of Kabale municipality to a city status topped the day's communications, a debate which was done and dusted.
Kabale City was passed in 2020. What is left is operationalization of the city, which is going to be operationalized with Moroto, Nakasongola, Entebbe.
According to the leaders, Kigezi is NRM's stronghold with many gains to be protected.
Toijaha n'abandi bebembezi kubanjurira enteekateeka ya NRM myaka ya 2026
Mr. Museveni preached to the Kabale NRM supporters that sectarian politics will lead them to hell, and by so they should take up with creation as the key medicine to poverty and prosperity.
So abantu abali omukweyombeka tubene bwire bukuzo mu ntalo z'amadini n'ez'enganda.
And with the pass of wealth creation, President Museveni is convinced Uganda will lead in the job market.
Advise, but also execute. We don't just advise. We don't preach only, preach. No. We tell you, get out of poverty. We give you entandikwa to get out of poverty.
Museveni further puts seat to the poor planning and selection of priorities in most African countries as a major move which has left many grumbling.
Sudan was the first one to get independence in 1955. Sudan, Khartoum. But because of confusion, of not knowing where to go, Sudan first of all broke up into north and south. Even the remaining parties are now in war. People are dying. What is causing this? People not to know what is to be done.
Mr. Museveni reiterates that for all the years, his advice to Uganda has been to embrace wealth creation and the few individuals who have taken up this path they are trading with.
Don't talk about jobs without talking about wealth creation. This is because jobs come from wealth.
During this seminar, President Museveni reiterated his earlier call for the community to avail land for industrialization. In the education sector, President Museveni continues to uphold free education for all, a move he wants to take in the coming government.
Abakabale, NRM oye! NRM oye! Omugurusi w'ekikofira oye!
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
So the district, the youth and the executives of the district.
Robert Onyango reporting from Kabale. Now, the government of Uganda's development agenda over the years has developed programs that focus on poverty, a reduction on youth and women empowerment and infrastructure, with initiatives like the parish development model to stimulate the local economies, the youth livelihood program for the young people, and Uganda Women Entrepreneurship Program for women, and Emyoga, to mention but a few. Now, candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni of the National Resistance Movement, who has concluded his campaign trail in Kabale and Ruchiga districts, highlighted the major achievements of the NRM government for the next 5 years if elected early next year. Now, let's take a look at the government's scorecard in Kabale district.
Government score sheet, Kabale District. Kabale District and Kabale Municipality have 15 sub-counties, town councils, 79 parishes and 728 villages with a total population of 285,588 people according to the Census Report 2024. According to the government, Kabale District, with 67 PDM circles, has cumulatively received 20.5 billion shillings, which has been disbursed to 20,582 beneficiary households. While Kabale Municipality, with 12 PDM circles, cumulatively received 3.7 billion shillings, which has been disbursed to 3,703 beneficiary households. In total, Kabale have cumulatively received a total of 24.28 billion shillings, disbursed to a total of 24,285 households. Emyoga in Kabale District. Kabale District and Kabale Municipality have a total of 52 Emyoga circles with 29,756 members. Government has so far disbursed a total of 2.4 billion shillings. Education sector. Kabale has a total of 135 government primary schools and 108 private schools, 22 government secondary schools and 48 private secondary schools. Out of the 22 government secondary schools, only 16 provide universal secondary education and universal post-ordinary level education and training.
University education in Kabale. Kabale University is currently the only government-funded university in the sub-region located in Kabale district. The university was allocated 70.45 billion shillings in the financial year 2025-2026 to facilitate operations and research. In the financial year 2024-2025, the enrollment of the university stood at 6,648, increasing from 3,789 in the financial year 2020-2021. Health sector. Out of the 15 sub-counties in Kabale, 1 has a regional referral hospital, 4 have health center 4s, 13 have health center 3s, and 26 have health center 2s. Therefore, all the sub-counties have health facility of either a health center 3, a health center 4, or a hospital.
That is the government score sheet for Kabale district, and of course a lot of achievements being highlighted there, and as a result of the NRM government that is being spearheaded by its candidate who is campaigning today for the 2026 general elections, and that is General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And it is against that backdrop that the people in Kabale district have overwhelmingly said that yes, they are going to support General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in the 2026 general elections. Henry Okrut gives us a story from Kabale.
Political interests as opposed to selfishness is what NRM leaders in Kabale district are preaching. This, they say, will drive the ruling party into consolidating already secured achievements and emphasizing more for the area and beyond.
We had a border which had been closed for close to 3 years. But now, after the intervention of the president and the first son, General MK, we thank him so much. Now we have a border that is now operational.
Social and economic infrastructure development is evident, and so are worthwhile economic activities.
The people of Kabale and Kigezi at large and Uganda as a whole have to look at NRM as the only party to vote, because it's the only party with a manifesto that is real. We live in reality.
Not because of anything, but because of how we have worked together with the president, and it has helped us to see that our place develops. When you look from way back and you see where we are now, there is a great difference in Rwanda, and not only in Rwanda, but in Kigezi at large.
We are trying to make a qualitative leap to a high middle income economy. And the qualitative leap that we are seeing is already there.
Such and more are the reasons why NRM 2026 to 2031 is just unstoppable in Kigezi and beyond.
We have Kabale University, for instance, with a public institution. Those days when the president came, we had only one university. The health care services have also improved. I could go on and go on. So there has been a lot of development which is visible and appreciated, and this has caused transformation of society.
So we want that as we protect the gains, we ensure that also electricity is equally distributed in our people, so that we can aim at a 24-hour economy.
With such achievements, even programs like the Juakali of the Ministry of Gender will further change lives.
Dryers, sterilizers, and shaving machines. They gave them to us, we added in our salon, and now we are doing well. We share well the profits as a group, and even other people are employed in the salon. So we appreciate the Juakali project or program that came to help us in Kabale.
It is not a question of if, but when NRM 2026 victory will be pronounced.
What the president has achieved, what NRM has achieved, not only in Kigezi, but the whole country, is appreciated. And that's why Ugandans should not feel shy in voting for President Yoweri Museveni. You will see come January 15th.
You see, some people don't want to see, they want to be forced to see. But when you compare where we were and you see where we are right now, you really see that there is a great difference.
The NRM campaign message has not changed. It remains protecting the gains. Henry Okrut, UBC.
We continue with the presidential campaigns that are happening elsewhere in the country. And now the Alliance for National Transformation ANT presidential candidate General Mugisha Muntu has pledged to prioritize landslide risk areas in Bugisu sub-region, specifically in Bulambuli district, that is if he is elected president. General Muntu was addressing supporters in Bulambuli and Sironko districts, where he acknowledged the region's vulnerability to landslides and committing to provide timely interventions.
Alliance for National Transformation presidential candidate General Mugisha Muntu traversed the district of Bulambuli and Sironko, advocating for change message.
Environment neta yononeka. Ate wobo osanze nti waliko olutobazi olutasobola okukolebwamu ekintu kyonna. Awo nga kyetaagisa abantu obutagenda mu lutobazi olwo. Tobagoba nga temutudde wamu ne mumanya nti kati babadde bajja ssente mu bintu byakolera mu lutobazi. Kati kiki ekirala kye basobola okukola ekinaavaamu ssente?
He said Bulambuli faces significant poverty challenges caused by high floods and landslides, and government has failed to provide a permanent solution.
Protecting environment, protecting protecting yoka, protecting okulaba nti ensi tejja kukalira, ensi tejja kufuuka ddungu kulwaki kubanga abantu yagala babeere muki mu bulamu obulungi.
Residents of Miyembe and Kayunga Town Council reported that persistent heavy rains increases the risk to landslides, appealed for General Mugisha Muntu for permanent interventions. While addressing his supporters in Sironko, General Muntu committed that if elected president, his government will provide timely intervention to landslides.
Kibanga okutambula bawe ekigala ebinza wamu gabanga tegayina kyegalaga sikyo naye mulimu ebitundu singa wabaawo emigga we gandigenze ntegera ntegeere ebintu ebimu ebyo byagala abakugu nolwo kyendowooza gavumenti wefuna abakugu abajja ne basoma kubanga kiva mu ki gradient yaki yettaka oba liri flat nnyo oba lirimu kaslant obasobola okuteeka amakubo agatwala amazzi ago kuba ne gagatwalawa mu migga egiriwo.
Haruna Ntesasira, UBC News.
Forum for Democratic Change FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has promised fishermen at Wunda landing site in Mayuge district to establish a beach management committee for them in order to manage their lake. Mr. Mafabi was campaigning at Wunda Town Council.
Set it up. kisobola okukiriza abantu abatunda balagala babonaabo n'ate balakulwana n'ensi nenda bafune sente babe bulungi nenda otunda ekikando nga otaireko amagobago g'okulima okunfuna pamba ali kwirawo pamba adakwirawo pamba ali mu sente enindi babatolako pamba nga bendemu bawavu mwabansomereranize nandala bakoba tulina cash crop ina cash crop netaba yalye fubutisawa ndi notizira bebusoga at least febugisi tulikale nemwani
yakola tekinikosi tuzira emmere mu maka tuzira ku lwaki tuli ku kawerege ebintu biri ku bbeeyi ya waigulu FDC ku kifo kya Bufulubi parish councilor musira bulungi esala kabira akalungi waliwo abalifu bamotoka bakozesa kisumuluzo amanya nze n'empalo shamimu
The National Unity Platform NUP presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu was in Mukono where he campaigned today. News Tonight takes a short break, but we'll be coming back with so much more. Do stay with us.
Uganda Ugandans, the unstoppable internet deal of deals is here with MTN Wakanet Fiber. Connect your home with our starter pack of 100 Mbps at only 99k. And if you want more speed for less, we've got you. Get the 200 Mbps at only 129k. And the fastest one yet? Enjoy up to 500 Mbps at only 250k. To sign up, use the My MTN app or dial *100 *23#. Offer is valid till the 30th of November for both new and existing subscribers. Together, our connection is unstoppable.
Abayi, omanyi maze emyaka kumpi ananga nsiga langi. Naye nga langi ya Global gye nkyasinze okwesiga. Ekisooka ekirungi, buli musiizi akimanyi nti undercoat wa Global gwe tutandisa. Kati awo oba oyagala okusiga ekizimbe kinyirira obulungi, olina okweyongera ng'okozesa langi ya Global. Ntandika ne silk vinyl ng'asiiga munda. Ate bwe kituuka ku siiringi ne nkozesa Global Matte. Yo wabweru nkozesa Global Weathercoat Emulsion etatya mbeera ya budde eduduma. Era ennyumba yo tesobola kuyubukayubuka. Ng'omugagga akikonamu anti entemagana okukira mukene. Awo omugagga wantwalira ku sayiti ya mugagga munne ne mugagga munne n'antwala ewa mugagga munne. Kati ono mugagga munnaabwe gye yanzija okukola akalango ng'alaba kiri ku buzuuli.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Ekitongole kya UEDCL kitaddewo nsalessale paka ng'ennaku z'omwezi 31 Desemba 2025 eri abantu bonna abakozesa amasannyalaze mu bukyamu n'abo abatigaatiga oba bakwata mu mita z'amasannyalaze okwetereeza nga beewandiisa ku webusayiti ya UEDCL www.uedcl.co.ug kasaze weetereeze. Fuba okulaba nga tosukka nsalessale w'ennaku z'omwezi nga 31 Desemba 2025 omwaka guno okwewala okukwatibwa saako n'okuvunaanibwa mu kkooti obitebye. Bw'oba olina kiweebuuza kyonna ku nsonga eno kyalira ofiisi ya UEDCL yonna eri mu kitundu kyo oba kuba ku nnamba z'essimu ezitali za kusasulira noti 8 noti 2 noti 3 noti 88 oba noti 8 noti 28 52 85 oba noti 8 noti 38 53 85. Kola ky'oteekeddwa okukola nga nsalessala ono tannaba kuggwaako okwewala ebinaddirira. UEDCL, lighting up your world.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Other news now, and the Vice President of Uganda, Major Retired Jessica Lupo, has officially opened Housing Finance Bank branch, praising the bank's efforts to promote economic growth. She urged the people of Teso to utilize the bank's services to improve their livelihoods.
The chairman of the state. How is the state? You see now the stability of the country. More and more branches coming, giving everybody the opportunity to borrow and to save. So that message of this city now, the opportunity to do very clearly. But I wish success in your business. Let me congratulate Housing Finance Bank on this huge milestone in opening yet another branch in eastern Uganda, and specifically here in Soroti City. I thank the management of Housing Finance Bank for the dedicated service to the people of Uganda. Through a range of their products, including agricultural loans, business loans, housing loans, salary loans, and training the communities in financial literacy, etc., Housing Finance Bank has transformed millions of people by enabling them to join the money economy sustainably and to live decent lives. This is no mean achievement. Fulfilling all the regulations and the requirements under the law, and now comfortably hosting 22 branches. The 23rd will be the Masaka one. So it's a big achievement to you and to the people of Uganda. As you are all aware, the banks are here to facilitate the communities to create wealth and jobs. A commercial bank branch that we are opening today is well placed to facilitate all those four sectors. The establishment of this bank here is a clear demonstration of government's effort to bring services nearer to the people. Indeed, as it has already been said, it is a strategic intervention, as it will go a long way in improving and enhancing the accessibility of financial services to the people sustainably in this region.
We know that there's a lot of potential in this region. Soroti is a growing economic engine, and its influence stretches across agriculture. From the Development Forum City, I heard about, sorghum, very strong, rice. There are many things that seem that we can do. All those will empower people if we are commercially oriented, and we want to do that. It's an ecosystem. The bank thrives on that ecosystem. We are not here in an island. We are here to relate with the people listening, and I'm glad they are out, and more will be related through the media. So there is education, there is innovation, and we are honored that we are deepening our roots in such a community full of potential, and it reaffirms our purpose. Our purpose is financing a sustainable future for all.
3, 2, 1.
Vice President Jessica Lupo opening the Housing Finance Bank branch in Soroti City. President Yoweri Museveni has asked the African Union and the European Union to prioritize the funding of the fight against extremist groups such as Al-Shabaab in Somalia. This was contained in the President's message delivered by the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robert Nabanja, at the 7th African Union-European Union Summit in Luanda, Angola.
The summit began with cultural dances attended by presidents and heads of state from Africa and Europe. The president says Uganda fully supports multilateralism and called for further investment in peace and security across Africa, as this benefits both the continent and the wider international community. Museveni gave an example of Somalia, where the African Union Support and Stabilization Mission in Somalia faces serious funding challenges.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the African Union Support
and Stabilization Mission in Somalia faces serious funding challenges. The mission requires $15 million per month to function effectively. You will recall that the African Union Transition Mission in Somalia was closed with $96 million in outstanding arrears. If this mission fails, the interventions so far made by the European Union and the partners will go to waste, and the gains made against Al-Shabaab could be reversed. This has severe negative consequences for maritime security and international trade.
The chairperson of the African Union Commission, Mohamed Ali Yusuf, called for mutual benefit between Africa and Europe.
I'm pleading for European investments in the transformation process of our minerals on the continent. I'm calling for the lifting of any tariff or non-tariff barrier hampering the access of African products to the European market. I'm finally calling for a stronger and more viable multilateralism based on equality, respect for all nations, and advancing the common vital global interests. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, may this Luanda summit enables us to achieve our shared vision for peace, progress, and prosperity.
The President of the European Union Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, says that Africa and Europe should be partners for mutual benefit. At the sidelines of the summit, the Prime Minister held a productive engagement with her counterpart of the Netherlands, Mr. De Schoof. Nabanja requested the Dutch to supporting the refugee programs in Uganda after the U.S. pulled out. She noted that Uganda needs partners to supporting her host the big numbers of refugees. The Dutch Prime Minister Schut noted that he wanted to express his appreciation to the government of Uganda at the highest political level for Uganda's outstanding commitment to hosting refugees and showing a good model of refugee hosting in Africa. He thanked the government of Uganda for the collaboration between the two countries on migration issues, including the signing of the letter of intent on migration issues on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York in September 2025, which he said the Netherlands looks forward to working with Uganda to operationalize. The 7th AU-EU Summit, held from the 24th to the 25th of November 2025 in Luanda, Angola, convened heads of states and government from African Union member states and European Union member states.
From Luanda, let's come back here to Kampala, where Uganda Police Force has urged the public to work closely with security teams and report incidents promptly as it unveils updated emergency contact numbers for regional and sub-county commanders. Police says there should be collaboration between citizens and security teams to prevent crime during the electoral season.
The Uganda Police Force has launched updated emergency contact numbers for regional and sub-county commanders to strengthen community policing during the ongoing electoral season.
So when you engage with these numbers, instantly our call center and then the commanders in the field will be able to come and give response. So for the 99 patrol vehicles, we have up to 3 contact numbers that you could use. The COA we have at police headquarters, and then another 2 that are within police at Central Police Station. So we have +256 800 300 and 102. We have +256 800 122 291. Those ones are the ones that are at CPS Kampala, that just in case of anything that you needed police to respond to, you could contact for rescue.
The new hotline system is part of the renewed commitment to provide every Ugandan direct, reliable access to police services, and it will be a 24/7 hotline system. Police says the numbers now accessible on the police website will be managed by officers trained to respond to emergencies.
So those numbers are the most updated ones. We could even give it a try. You call the number and right away, whichever emergency. We're not only limiting to electoral violence or just in case, which we are really prepared to handle, but just in case you saw anything that you felt maybe you needed police to help. 99 patrol vehicles are very, very critical to us, stationed at all our divisional policing areas, as well as those ones in the field. The moment you call the numbers we have been able to share, right away you are going to get that response.
The initiative complements the existing toll-free patrol lines, giving the public multiple channels to report incidents. Addressing journalists at Naguru Police Headquarters, Dr. Aisha Kayongo from the Directorate of the Chief Political Commissar assured Ugandans that security teams are fully prepared to safeguard candidates and voters throughout the electoral period. Wadulo Arnold Mark, UBC News.
The 16 days of activism against gender-based violence was marked with the 8th National Girls Summit, where a call to action against child marriage and teenage pregnancy was made. Activists say it is devastating that 34% of girls marry before the age of 18 and 7% before 15, which calls for urgent attention. Let's get more in this story.
Stakeholders on the rights of women converged in Kampala for the 8th National Girls Summit, which tackled approaches to ending teenage pregnancy and child marriage. Girls Not Bribes, Uganda National Partnership of 146 civil society organizations, is concerned about the cost of inaction, as Uganda loses approximately 1.6 trillion annually in tackling issues related to child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Initial health facility expenditure on teenage mothers in 2020 was approximately Uganda shillings 246.9 billion, equivalent to 70 million United States dollars. This vice deprives girls of their economic opportunities, often confining them to household chores and perpetuating an intergenerational cycle of poverty. Teenage pregnancies are 3 times less likely to have professional jobs and twice more likely to be employed in agriculture, with over 47% rendered to being peasants in subsistence agriculture.
They call on government and stakeholders to prioritize funding for the national strategy to end child marriage and teenage pregnancies.
Because if we have the resources, we'll be able to reach out to all the teenage mothers and survivors of sexual gender-based violence.
To strengthen the coordinations at the district local government levels and at the sub-county levels to ensure that they put all the resources and strengthen the responses.
Statistics show that 34% of girls in Uganda marry before 18 and 7% of girls marry before 15. 25% of girls aged between 15 and 19 have begun childbearing.
Child has one life to live, and when that life is jeopardized, she will lose it all her entire life. So we must act. Let us look at in our neighborhood what is happening. Let us be concerned about children who look with the signals of being abused in some way.
The woman MP from Mbarara District, Margaret Ayebale, challenged the stakeholders to utilize every opportunity to speak against the vice. She said the legislation to enhance approaches of ending child marriage is not an offering.
Let those girls that are in your school where you went to, have you gotten time to move to those schools where you studied from so that you can encourage these girls to stay in school and be like you tomorrow? This country, that we are working hard to ensure that by the end of this term, this motion will appear again on the order paper.
Susanina Bugude, Daniel Mugoya for UBC News.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassling for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add core with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
Ochikoze mwana. Shop is stocked, customers ready. Now it's time for takeoff. So offer them more. Become a Wendy agent today and offer mobile money top-ups, customer service support, utility payments, water, power, pay TV. You're nah. Turn your shop into a Wendy agent hub and commissions on every tap and easy access to loans.
That's right. More foot traffic, more sales, more profit, paid instantly. Register free. Call 0800-217-200 or WhatsApp 0707-993-930.
Wendy Wonawoli.
The academic registrar, Busitema University, informs the general public and all students who qualified for conferment of degrees and award of diplomas and certificates of Busitema University that the university will hold its 16th graduation. The ceremony will take place on Friday, 28th November 2025, starting at 8 a.m. at the Gymnasium Busitema campus in Busia district. The provisional graduation list is available.
I'm telling you, German, come every week. Castello, mi malabwe pa. Wentandika ngamba chechiriwo. Wanje nenkwata ku masimu. Ngamba halo, walirudawa, tenze tirinyi. Halo, walirudawa, zende guru. Halo, walirudawa, ndi mutukula. Halo, oliwa, ndi mwanange ndi wano, mu office nto denyiga ma computer. Nenkuta awa namwe na. Castello benesi okubelanga mwana wote koze ebitu no amanga. Epeyinze, ebolowinze, investinze, ngekoze sa Momo. Remember to dial *165# or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over destruction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
The Uganda AIDS Commission, under the Office of the President, presents the National HIV and AIDS Symposium 2025, happening from the 26th to the 28th of November 2025 at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, MUST main campus at the Pharmacology Grounds. Join researchers, policymakers, health workers, and community leaders as we discuss ending AIDS in Uganda. The guest of honor will be Professor Pauline Byachika-Kibwika, the Vice Chancellor of MUST. Don't miss out on engaging discussions driving progress in the HIV response, innovative sessions, and free HIV testing services. Visit nhas.usc.go.ug for more information. Let's make it happen. #EndAIDS2030UG.
Kabogosi, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namagudi to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You work with the era. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you.
best of NSSF. I'm contributing your Simate life. Never deep down in the Barada. Make NSSF payments. No Hala Okube Karangala. NSSF sure is not far. But tomorrow Kuhika Gotido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account to Ubeda. NSSF, a better life.
Welcome back from that break, and let's continue with our bulletin. The YK Patriots have intensified their mobilization efforts in Kampala, targeting city traders as they rally support for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in the forthcoming elections.
Along major Kampala streets, traders raised concerns over constant KCCA evictions and high fees that continue despite fulfilling payment requirements.
I'm giving a great order and a blessing in the field. First of all, you've told me about various factors. One, the negativities you found in the field. These are vendors of ours, they are suffering a lot via the mistreat of the KCCA people, personnels. I'm telling you, go and capture and find out each and every person that they are disturbing. You put them on record, I will be working against them.
Street vendors chairperson Sulaiman Male asked President Museveni to reinstate evening and weekend markets and to streamline KCCA levies to better support services such as roads and health facilities.
My name is Sadiq Nkata, YK Patriots. Today we have launched a campaign, door-to-door campaign in the Central Business District of Kampala Central. And as earlier you saw us moving around the country, we went to Karamoja, we went to Rwenzori, and to Tesosa region, and we've been canvassing votes for the president for the chairman of the NRM, who is the president of the Republic of Kaguta Museveni. Right now, we started a door-to-door campaign in Central Business District, Kampala, and the metropolitan areas, and we are trying to see that the president wins Kampala and metropolitan with 80% this time around. We've been in the Central Business District, that's Kampala Central, and we've been talking to the vendors, city vendors who are coming in at the Batembe or Abakaiwa Kukubo.
YK Patriots spokesperson Tariq Nkata said the mobilization drive aims to remind citizens of their voting duty while channeling traders' concern to national leaders.
They are willing to support the president, as we've seen. They have been fighting and yearning even to have put on their the shirts bearing the picture of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So they still have the love for him, but they're saying that they have challenges that they need to be worked upon so they can support him fully. They say that they need to be given the Sunday market as it was during the Jennifer Musi era and the Kisaka era. They want to be given the evening market so that they can work during evening hours from 5 p.m. Latest to 7, and they want to be given permits, working permits, so that they can pay money to the Institute of KCCA. Instead of paying bribes to KCCA enforcement, they want that money to be paid to go into the government resources, so that this fund can be used in areas of buying medicine in the hospitals.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Sports news now, and in the sports roundup that we have for you this evening, our reporter John Barnes Centamore tells us about the She Cranes in Scotland for the Celtic Cup and the UG20 cricket final won by Ismaili over Abojo in Entebbe.
Uganda's national netball team, the She Cranes, has held its final training session ahead of the Celtic Cup that starts tomorrow Wednesday in Scotland. The training at the Emirates Arena in Glasgow was attended by the entire team, including professional player Mary Nuba, who flew straight from Australia. Uganda starts its campaign at the Six Nation ranking tournament with a date against Namibia tomorrow, before facing Northern Ireland, Scotland, Zimbabwe and Wales. In cricket, and under the bright Entebbe sky, the UG20 2025 final delivered a gripping contest as Ismaili Cricket Club defeated Abojo Cricket Club by 23 runs. After winning the toss, Abojo chose to bowl and struck early, reducing Ismaili to 148 for 10 in 20 overs. The chase by Abojo was interesting to watch but fell short largely due to the exploits of eventual man of the match Riyazat Ali Shah, who contributed immensely for the champions Ismaili.
We are all happy with this victory. It's really big for us because we worked so hard from last couple of years. We went to the Dubai for GE games, and that was our goal, coming here and winning the tournament. And if I talk about the game, we batted well in first innings. We lost a couple of wickets in the middle, but the way Ghulam finished for us, it was good to see. We want to score 150. That's what we did.
As celebrations erupted at the Entebbe Oval, Ismaili Cricket Club lifted the trophy, sealing a memorable end to the UG20 2025.
And that story brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. Thank you so much for having kept us company on sign language. It is Elizabeth Nakakoni, and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma wishing you a blessed night. But if you can catch us, we have our final bulletin coming your way at 10 p.m.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikan